Welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and it's cooled down outside.
Yes.
But I'm telling you what, mosquitoes.
Oh, really? I haven't noticed any of those.
I have been eaten alive the last 2 days.
Have you been wearing your bug thing that we bought on Amazon?
No, but I'm going to have to bring it out. I forgot I bought it. I'm glad you mentioned that. Did you wear yours?
I haven't worn mine on my head, but I did put some around my porch and around my mom's porch because it's also supposed to help with flies. Okay. So we attached one to her back porch light right by the door, so then no flies go in the door. Well, I haven't gotten a report to know that it's really working, but I'm sure it is.
Well, yeah, no, I forgot about those, so I got to go.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Note to self. Attach
those out.
Attach a dragonfly to your head.
That's Jim almost died whenever he opened that box.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what'd you order from Amazon? And I'm like, oh, wait till you see. And I was like, he was like, what?
That's that's the same reaction Jason said. How much did you pay for these? I said, hey, you know what? Don't knock it yet until we've tried it because it has really good. They have really good reviews.
So I'm going to put them on my back porch. But yeah, because I was out yesterday, or we had friends over the other night. We were sitting on the back porch. I'm not kidding. So we're sitting on the back porch, and it's cool, and and their kids are in the pool swimming, and the adults were sitting around talking, and we're just talking. Not one mosquito bit me. Now, my friend sitting next to me was getting eaten alive, so he's like, I can't stand. I'm going to go get in the pool. As soon as he left, they started eating me.
Oh.
Yeah, I had like probably 20. I mean, it was just like, okay, I'm out. I got to go inside. I couldn't stand it. And then yesterday, and I've got to show you a video. I should have sent the video. I don't know how to send videos to him if he can put it over the. I don't know if that can be done or not. I'll have to because I need to send that to the. We were outside messing with my chickens, whom I love, and everything was going well. And then the next thing you know, it just started getting bit again yesterday.
Oh,
around my feet. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the back of right here, my arms just like hurt because there's like 4 bites all over my arm.
Wow.
I must be sweet.
You must be. I have to say, I haven't really had that happen yet this year. I feel like
first time it's ever happened. I feel
like it's been a good year with the mosquito population.
You know, and it makes me wonder if it got cool, if they were like, hey, it's nice out. I think I'm going to get out. But one thing I never did get was those Japanese beetles. My roses never did look bad all year. I didn't pull out the 7 dust one time this year.
Yeah, I haven't had to either.
And I had one person say I only had 2 this year, so they must have. Maybe they're like those cicada thingies or whatever they're called.
No, where they only come out every so many years.
Yeah, but they've been coming to my house for years. But yeah, my flowers are good. I am gonna have to get some weed killer out today because.
Yeah, I pulled weeds this weekend.
I did that a couple.
Yeah.
Went out and pulled those. But I have got the craziest vine, and it is like something out of. The Rocky Horror Picture
coming
Show,
back,
or you
can't get rid of it.
No, and it's just sporadic out of the ground throughout my entire everything. I mean, it's like what's the Little Shop of Horrors? I mean, it's just like what is that? And the next thing you know, it's like and it comes and it like curls around, and it just grows. It is the craziest thing. I've been in this house for 35 years. Never ever seen this vine before, and it is everywhere.
Can you just spray it?
Well, you don't even know it's there till like I go out because I keep an eye on it, and then you don't see it, and then like you go out a couple days later and it's grown 15 feet and it's wrapped around it like chokes out your plants. So I have to I have to pay attention. I have to walk around my yard every day. Then as soon as I see it coming out, like the other day I saw like 2 poking out, kill it, die.
That's weird.
It is the crazy. I'm like, Jim, have you ever? And he's like, no. And it's one of those things like my rose bush. So I'm like pulling. I'm like, what is this? And it's just like, you just keep pulling. It's like, holy cow. And the more you pull, the bigger it gets.
That is kind of weird because when I pulled weeds this weekend, I had 2 that were kind of viney. I'd never noticed that before.
Something's coming up from the depths of hell. That's all I got to say.
That is weird. Well, it has cooled down. And you know what we did yesterday?
What?
We went to Holiday World.
Oh, no.
And
that's right. You did was it cold?
It was fantastic.
Yeah, but what about the water park?
It was fantastic. Everything was good. It was the best day at Hollywood ever.
Did you get rain on? Because we got rain yesterday and thunder and lightning.
Nope. It sprinkled on us on the way over there. And it sprinkled on us on the way home, like between Flora and Evansville. but absolutely no rain the whole time we were at the park.
Good. I was wondering.
It was cloudy. The UV rate was very low.
Good.
And
I like a day like that.
Yeah. And it was just like a breeze the whole day. The water, no one complained about the temperature of the water, except when we first got into the lazy river, Jason and the kids thought it was a little chilly.
Oh, I'd have probably froze to death.
Oh, I thought it was amazing.
Of course you did.
Because I had just walked like an enormous amount to go. Well, the first thing we did was go all the way to the very back of the park to ride the Thunderbird. I didn't, but they did. And it's just a really long trek uphill to get there.
Oh, Holiday World wears me out.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm ready to get in the water. Then after that, we headed to the water park, and I got in the lazy river. And, you know, the best thing that they ever did there, if you've ever been in a lazy river, you probably were in one of those round donut-shaped
I know what you're
floats.
going to say.
And it is so hard to get in. Even when I was, like, a lot thinner, it was still hard for me to get in.
Impossible.
And it's even harder to get out. And I always look like a beached whale trying to, launch myself out of this thing.
It's impressive trying to get out.
I mean,
I almost drown myself because if my rear end doesn't pop out and I'm upside down, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, now they have fixed that.
I love those.
So they have these new floaties that are not donut shaped. They're almost like a seat. So
they're horseshoe shaped.
They're horseshoe shaped, and you sit in it, and so you have your arms, but your legs are dangling in the water. And you can get in and out just like you would a chair.
My friend Becky
it was
and
amazing.
I, when they first got those.
Yeah, I think they had some last year, but there was only a few of them, and I heard someone say those were for handicapped people. So then I felt bad and I didn't sit in it.
Oh no, Becky and I were in those things, and we a couple of years ago we got in. We were in the lazy river for 2 hours.
Yeah,
we didn't leave the lazy river 2 hours.
I could have stayed in that long yesterday.
We just kept floating. Yeah. Nobody said anything.
Well,
we were in
this
those
year,
super nice.
Yeah, they have way more of them. I would say they have as many of that style as they do of the donut style.
I want them to get rid of the donuts.
Yeah, the only thing is some of the little kids fit good in those.
Nobody cares about children.
What?
And I also want a lazy river for adults. 21 and over lazy river.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Okay. Honestly, let's real talk about the lazy river. There is a million things for kids to do in that park. There's not a lot of things for somebody my age to do. Can I just have the lazy river?
Yeah, why not?
Give me the lazy river. Those kids are splashing and lunging and plunging. Get out.
Yeah.
You're bored there. Get out of my river.
There were kids there yesterday. Okay, so when they first built the lazy river there were rules, and the rules were you had to be in a tube. You couldn't just swim the river.
No,
that wasn't allowed. You couldn't just run the river. That wasn't allowed. You had to be in a tube and you floated. Well, now they don't really honor that. They don't. No, it's a free for all.
God forbid you make somebody follow the rules, Beth. Stop it.
I know, right? Well, there were these one kids. They never got a tube. They never wanted a tube. They just wanted to run and splash and dive and jump in here, jump in there, and no one was saying anything to them.
Yeah.
So by the second or third time that we were together, I'm like,
I bet I know somebody who said something to him.
I didn't say anything directly to them. I tend to be a little bit more passive aggressive than that, Stacey. But I said, back in my day, you weren't allowed to do that. You had to have a raft. I pulled one of those.
She pulled the old lady card.
And then they probably walked away and was like, man, what a Karen that was, But I'm like, come on, guys. Chris and I were having a really good conversation. And it was like, here comes the storm of these kids splashing.
No, I don't like them in there. And I'm like, get out of my
if you want to splash, there's 500 other places to go do it.
Go somewhere else. No, I'm vocal. I'm vocal in the river. Kids come around. I'm like, kid, get out. Go. There's pools all over. Go away, pool.
There was this
get out of here, you little brat. No, that's me.
Yeah.
But I don't scream it like that. I'm more like, hey, kid, come here. You know what? Get out of my area. I'm going to drown you.
Yeah.
You're adorable. I hate children.
There was a dad that was doing that too, though. A full-grown man, probably in his 40s.
Yeah, I'd be like, get out.
He didn't want to sit down. And then his wife was like, sit down. Just sit down and relax with us. He's like, I am more than capable of picking my own raft if I choose to. Real hateful to her.
They call it the lazy river for a reason because there's old ladies like myself that just want to chill.
There was this one sweet lady, and she had great big sunglasses on. And she was sitting in one of those rafts like we like, and her head was just kind of like this. She was sound asleep, but then she had this adult son that was taking care of her, and so he had a hold of her raft so that whenever they got close to one of those waterfalls that comes down on your head, he would pull her away from it while she was taking her sweet little nap.
Him.
Yeah,
what a good
it was
boy.
really nice. So
my boys would have spun me around where I would have went through it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, like push her
Wake
into
up,
it.
Ma!
Oh gosh.
But yeah, no, I wish I do. I am a Holiday World freak. I love everything about Holiday World. I love Lake Rudolph. I love the whole everything over there. But that lazy river needs to be for a certain age and up. I don't
or
care
build
what
two, split it in half.
Split it in half, or get rid of the kids. There's plenty of things. For
and
the
here's
kids
the
to
thing
do.
about the people
I'm
like
tired
us.
of everybody saying everything needs to be for kids.
Right.
I pay taxes.
Yeah.
No, kids don't pay taxes. The world's not all about children.
Right. So
sorry about you.
Here's the easy fix for them. If they're like thinking space wise, like where will we put another? Here's the thing: you don't have to have a huge lazy river. You could have one where we're all just kind of going around. We don't need all the bells and whistles and the waterfalls. Just make a simple oval. We're happy with that. We'll just go around and around. We don't care.
Don't even let it. Yeah. And the first older dude that's like hollering around, and it's a quiet zone.
Yeah, quiet zone.
Quiet zone, lazy river.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I like that idea.
I do too.
But have you seen the new type of river that some water parks are putting in?
No.
I want to do this. I've seen 2 different ones now. They're not lazy rivers. They're rapid rivers.
Rapid rivers.
And you have a little tube thing, but it's not one that you would sleep in. But and it's not so rapid that you're gonna drown.
They have one of those
but
at Panama City Beach.
It's really
it's called Raging Rapids. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that would be super fun too. I hope they add one.
It's one of the originals down there, and it's amazing because you first get in and there's water, and then you go down a big swoosh, and then you're cool, then you go swoosh, and then at the very end you go. It's called it's amazing.
Yeah.
Even now as an adult going down, I'll go out like if we go to Shipwreck Island, I'll be like, ooh, because I remember when it was being built when I was like 12, 15 years old.
Holiday World is building something in it. Well, no, I don't know what they're putting in, but you know where.
Ooh, is that going
where the
that
Raging Rapids, the one that you'd ride in as a group was? Yeah. That's all been torn down, and then they have a big brown fence around it that says 2027. So I don't know what they're hiding. I don't know. Maybe they've announced it and I've missed it. I don't know what they're putting in.
Make that an old people lazy river.
Well, I wish they would, but here's the thing: they are going to have to connect that area to the water park and not the dry side because you would need to. And I don't know why they never did that with the way it was with the Raging Rapids because that was a wet ride. So why is it in the dry park?
Well, because I think it was there before the wet park was there.
But they could have changed it. They change stuff all the time.
Oh yeah, and as much as that's growing, it's probably making its way over there. I bet if you looked at an aerial view, it's probably.
Oh, it already was right next.
It's going that way.
Yeah, it was already right next to the Splashing Safari Park.
So it's right there. So I imagine
might
they're
just
going to open all
change
that
the
up.
walkway, and it would be in the other park.
Yeah, that's probably what they're fixing to do.
I don't know. Call me, ask me, Holiday World people.
I bet you anything.
I would tell them.
I'm going to guarantee you that they're going to make. I bet
they want to know. They'll ask me.
I bet they're watching right now.
And while they're watching, I'd like to ask them if they were interested in adding a commercial. We could advertise for them.
We absolutely could do that. And I bet Holiday World will pay for it. And speaking of commercials, let's look at an old ad here.
Okay. What you got?
Well, have you ever heard of
Chivers Jelly?
Chivers Jelly. This is from the 30s. Jello molds. Now, are you a big fan of Jello molds?
Negative.
But this one, I mean, I love this because, like, she's got a little basket of fruit. Of course, it says Sweet 17. There's, like, 17 different types of flavors. But, like, there's real fruit juice and Chivers Table Jellies. It's basically Jello. And at the time when you could buy that, it was only 3 cents.
Oh, my.
3 cents for a box. But, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, okay, 1930s.
Well, that does make a cheap little side dish or snack for your family. So.
It does. Now, I always I love this bottom right one because I did like Jell-O, like when you put it in a cup like that.
Yeah.
And it's so pretty.
More like a parfait kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
see, because I think that's pretty. Jell-O molds freak me out because, first of all, any old lady that has green Jell-O with carrots in it, I think when I was little, my aunt Bernice would do that, and then it would shake and it would freak me out. So I think that's why I'm not a fan of Jell-O molds.
Well, we did in that one episode about in the 1950s, they got a little carried away with the Jell-O molds, and some of them had meat in them. Remember that?
That was awful.
Some of them had meat, and some of them had like really crazy stuff added to them. So
yeah, that's disgusting.
That whole situation grosses me out.
Yeah,
but I think if it was just simple, like strawberry Jell-O with bananas in it, I could maybe handle that.
But yeah, I love that little thing down there, and I love that little glasses. It's like recipes in every packet. Yeah. So if you buy Jell-O, does there recipes in Jell-O packets still? I
don't think.
I thought that was cute because she's cute with her little bottle, 1930, and then her little basket with fruit. I thought it was a cute little ad. Yeah. I'm like, I've never heard of Chivers.
Yeah, me either. I'd say it went out of business.
Me too, but it's adorable. But that was my effort today.
Yep, I like it.
Okay, that's it.
We need to take a commercial break,
and we will be
right back.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and I told you guys that one of my last episodes that I was going to pick up. I picked up this Harstan 1930 Harstan yearbook from Flora High School at a auction, and I was going through it. It's just like so cool. So we went through, like the administration and that type of thing. Then I'm going through this, and Beth and I was telling Beth, I said, I want to go back to this kind of yearbook because there's things in this yearbook that I've never seen before. Even in like my mom's, we went through like my mom and was my mom's yearbook or my dad's? I can't remember a while back. And anyway, they didn't even have this type of thing, but this is really interesting. The writers of this, you'll appreciate this. So this is the class of 1930. This really caught my attention. Of course, I love this too. There's baby pictures of them, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, this is really cool. You'll like in this book, when you get back to the last section, there's a class history, and I didn't go through that, and it just says features. The funny thing about the class history, and it's a long page, it like starts as like during our 4 years, the class of 1930 spent at HSTHS, Miss Dorothy has been given the honor of speaking the history. But basically, as a freshman, she starts out talking very illiterate. Oh. And then as a sophomore, it gets better. Then by their junior year, she's speaking better. By her senior year, it's so elegant. So the progression of being at Flora High School
has made her
smarter.
Okay.
That's kind of cool. But this really caught me. Class Prophecy of 1930. I think this is really cool. Now, this is written by one of the classmates. I'm not sure who, I don't know who it's actually written by. It might say here. I read through it just really, really quick. Class Prophecy of 1930. In the year of 1954, so they're talking 24 years into the future.
Okay.
I was in the Can Alley district of Paris, filling an engagement with the Salvation Army. One evening, after an unusually strenuous performance, 3 slightly familiar faces greeted me. I answered to my look of inquiry. They disclosed their identity. Imagine my surprise to recognize my old classmates. It goes through every single person that they graduated with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's funny. So this woman's writing to this in 1930 about seeing classmates in the 50s, and they break it down so she touches on what every single person
Oh, that's cool.
is doing.
Okay.
Isn't this cool? William Heath, traveling on the continent for his health, accompanied by his wife Virginia Moss, who later on is found out to be Cupid Matches in 1930.
Okay.
And Wilbur Dye, who had become a playwright in the search of material for his next play. On the way to dine, they asked if I had seen our old friend Frida Green, since she had come to Paris with her husband, Milton Siegel, the chief designer in a famous French shop. Quite naturally, the conversation turned to the subject of high school days. So enthusiastically we become that finally we agreed to meet in the capital of Clay County on our return to America and compile a directory on the whereabouts of our classmates. Accordingly, the following winter found us in Louisville, where we enlisted the services of the nationally known sleuth, Glenn Valbert. A worldwide search for material followed. Letters and telegrams by the thousands poured in. At last we gathered together the following facts. Vera Ruby, social service worker in the slums of Los Angeles, had discovered Richard Clay, a drug addict.
Oh, my. So some of these people she didn't like very much, did she?
I know.
She's like, you're going to grow up to be a drug addict. You're going
gonna
to grow
work
up to
in the
work slums. Gosh. Okay, keep going.
It's just so funny. It's just so funny. Vera sacrifices herself to rescue him. Bill Keith in China to revolutionize the laundry industry. Margaret Porter, private secretary to the president of Sabin Starting Corporation. Bernice Hediger in Russia fulfilling a dancing engagement. Francis Chafin, popular lecturer in public speaking courses. Title, How to Get More Mileage Out of Fewer Words. Which, that's kind of a catchy little title. Mm-hmm. Alice Bell occupies all of her working hours illustrating the novels of her husband, Ellington Golden. Earl Greenwood changed his occupation of high school days, and instead of winning track meets, now cheerfully enters dance marathons with his youthful partner, Helen Lauterbach. Dorothy Matthews, thwarted in her dramatic aspirations, has become an adventuress and is relentlessly pursuing Harold Fogler, who, now advanced in years, has reaped a neat sum of money from his recent publication on the mechanical calculations necessary for the construction of the wooden cracker boxes.
Oh, my.
Catherine Bryan has settled down in Louisville and helps out at the store on busy days. Winona Thomas, after 7 unsuccessful marriages,
oh my,
has retired to her home. Harold Eaton has developed a system of football for girls and is coach at Vassar, ably assisted by the dean, Miss Ina Yates. Suzanne Carney and Marjorie Heiss have supplanted the famous Duncan sisters and are taking the country by storm. Verl Bullard and Lois Williams starring in new photoplay called The Long and Short of It. Mildred Anderson, Dora Smith, Rochelle Cocklaser, Dorothy Bumgarden, Ira Miller, Irma Anderson are devoting their entire time in the services of the Bigger and Better Xenia Club.
Oh, gosh.
Is this not the greatest?
Yeah, this is
I
funny.
wonder when the classmates got this book, if when they read this, they were going...
Yeah, or their parents read it and they're like, why does she think that you're going to be married so many times, you know?
Honey, is there something you want to tell me?
Yeah.
James Yates, floor walker at Kresk in Kalamazoo. Gladys Sulpert operates a chain of beauty parlors. I may have to check out Gladys and see what she ended up doing. Dorothy Painter writes movie scenarios for a company directed by Theodore Chambliss. Lowell Walters spends his time in Washington representing the agricultural interests of the West. Virginia Eichmeyer has gone with her husband, Carl Anderson, to hunt big game in Africa. Helen Berry has won several international contests for typing efficiency.
That sounds fun.
Dorothea Bunn has replaced Ethel Barrymore and is extremely successful as Lady Macbeth in her own Shakespearean company, of which William Stanford, Madeline Toombs, Blanche Fry, and Mary White are members. Eugene Johnson, chief librarian of the Congressional Library at Washington. His main assistant is Mary McGannon. Geneva Lindsay writes articles for the Beauty Helps magazine. Man, if this would have happened, this would have been one of the most successful.
Yeah, like everyone's pretty successful, minus a few.
Oh, you know what we have to do now? We have to literally go back and personally look up each and every one of these people and see what they've done.
I'm pretty sure none of them were fashion designers in Paris or anything like that.
I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
Garnet Sefton with Viola Stanford and Lauren Reinert own and personally operate the interior decorating establishment in Sisney. Lucille Golden has become a popular tennis champion. Zola Walters and Robert Sefton, with mutual farm interests, now devote all their time raising thousands of chickens.
Okay.
Relates that. Dorothy Heron, all that we could find out about her is that she is still interested in automobiles and garages. May Henson, imagine our surprise to find her a mathematics instructor at Northwestern. Kenneth Krutzinger is superintendent of the mission fields of northern India. Dorothy Slover has become sadly mixed up in politics.
That's a funny one.
And is working to be elected of governor of our own state.
All right. Go Dorothy.
I love it. Kenneth McDaniel and Elmo Purdy are still arguing with the dean of Yale to give them their diplomas on merit of persistence and time spent. Ressler Ayers is a professional lecturer, particularly popular for commencement addresses. Marion Reed, Pearl Turner, Olympic swimming champions. Cleo Stanford, studying music in Italy. Elmo Long, co-author with Albert Venable of the book The Short Way to Success. Lily Hendricks, a famous nightclub hostess of New York. Kenneth Pope and Russell Harris have prominent places on the staff of a political paper in Clay City. Now, Russell Harris did end up in Clay City. I do know Russell. I did know Russell anyway. The joke editor is Maynard Beck. Leslie Flick, Estelle Purdy, Cecil Matthews, Joe Shipley, and Howard Campbell have organized a world tour and are vainly seeking a land where there are no women.
Oh. That's another interesting one. Maybe she knew something we didn't.
Apparently. Eugene Steele, wealthy ranch owner in New Mexico. His trusty foreman is none other than the famous cowgirl Maydell Lucas. Marvin James organized a clever and original dance orchestra. Incidentally, Kenneth Thomas is the bass drummer. Howard Huffman, an advertising agent for the Slimmer and Silkier Silk Socks Syndicate. And this is the last that our research revealed.
That's pretty interesting.
Is that
and clever? I would love for that. The thing is, now they could never do that now because if you said anything that was just slightly off, you'd be accused of being a bully or something, even if you were just trying to be humorous. Yeah, that's awesome.
I read that and was like, you got to be kidding. Class prophecy. Oh, today you'd lose your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you could never get away with this.
No.
I did. There is a very interesting fact. I'm not going to name names. But, and Ty, you're probably going to have to keep me up on commercials because I'm probably going to lose track of time. Okay. I know for a fact that there was a teacher from the 80s, 90s, who every year got a Harstan, and every year this person would write by every student's name
what they thought would happen.
What she thought would happen, and I mean, apparently in her yearbook she was pretty,
kind of mean,
successful.
Oh, really? She nailed it.
Total loser.
Yeah.
Drug addict.
Yeah.
And Unfortunately, this person, well, I don't know what if like when like that because they're getting older, right? And so like apparently when this person's house was cleaned out, I mean, everybody like her friends and stuff was like, we gotta find because there's like 30 years of we gotta hunt them down, we gotta find them because she wrote all sorts of stuff in it, and it's like, why wasn't I at that auction? And
yeah,
could you imagine getting your hands on that?
That would be awesome. I love a good auction.
That would be a really good auction. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. We'll be right back, and I'll tell you a few more stories out of this book. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank.
We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be.
Clay County State Bank.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County, Farmers Mutual Insurance.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and we're going through this fantastic 1930s Flora High School, Harstan. We just went through the class prophecy, which I think is amazing. I loved it. And I've never seen one in another yearbook. They quit somebody. I don't know if this was the only time they had ever done that.
I don't know. I had some 1920s yearbooks that I talked about on an early episode, or at least read through, and I don't remember that from any of the 1920s.
This may have just been a clever little vixen who decided to do something like that. Okay, let's see what they were doing in 1930 in September.
Okay.
Let's see. In September, 10-minute classes of football practice. There was a commercial club organization. Annual staff elected.
What?
Mournful sounds from Miss Paramore's room singing.
Oh. Okay. They weren't very good.
Okay. Girls' mass meeting. Apparently the freshmen had a weenie roast. There was a staff meeting. Seniors adopt caps and gowns already in September. See, because, did you notice the calendar didn't start till September?
Oh, I noticed that.
Because
there was no going back.
We didn't go back to school till September.
Uh-huh.
Sale of annuals in the assembly. Sophomore and junior weenie roast. And then, of course, the seniors had their own. Let's see what they were doing in October. Pictures taken for the annual. Christmas card sales began. That's interesting.
Okay. They're on the ball with things. They're not doing anything last minute.
No. Proofs of pictures arrive. Disappointment. There's a band. A band is organized. Seniors called to gym. There's an agricultural club. All students from out of town bring a permit from your parents to drive a car at noon. Ooh, senior rings arrive. Do they still do class rings anymore?
They're available through the same company that sells the yearbooks, but not very many purchase them. They're pretty expensive, and they're not really in style like they were at one time.
Did you get one? I've got my class ring. I wear it sometimes.
I didn't get one, even when I was in school.
You didn't? I got my
I hated school. I didn't need a ring on my finger to make me think about it. No, thank you.
I'll wear my class ring when we go to, I'll wear it whenever we go to my class reunions and stuff. Every once in a while, I pull it out.
Do you?
I pull
You
it
seem
out.
like the kind of girl that would do that. Like,
I do.
Like you really liked high school, and you.
I
really,
had a great time.
She
in
had
high
the best
school.
class ever, and she had a lot of nice people in her class.
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh
not
yeah.
that
My
I didn't.
class was amazing.
I had nice people in my class, but I also had people that weren't nice in my class, and I just didn't feel like. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a whole other episode.
Florida
But-
High School class of 1985. We rule. We were fantastic. We all like each other. We still like each other.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
like
get along
going
real
to
well.
your class reunion. Like everyone's genuinely glad to see everybody.
Well, we're having.
But
Come up again.
Okay,
We're
good. I'll
we're
be
doing
there.
the other one.
so, what I did with the girls is, well, so far only Malia, but I've said the same thing to Carissa. Like, if you want a class ring, I'll totally order you one. But if you want to wait and then just pick out like a regular ring at the jewelry shop that you really like, that you would like better than a class ring, I'll also buy you that. Like, you pick. You can have the class ring, or you can get one from jewelry. That's just something you might be more likely to wear the rest of your life. And to you, it could be your class ring, but it's not going to have that same look.
Yeah.
So Malia picked out a really pretty stone. It's blue. What stone is like a light? It's not
Not a
turquoise.
sapphire or turquoise or a. What's that one? I got a big old. What's that one called?
Is it that one? That's
I
like
don't know my stones very well.
It's
I
a beautiful
like 'em.
ring. She has a beautiful ring. She'll
I like
keep
him.
it
I'm
the
one of
rest
those
of
that
her
go,
life.
ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Shiny. I'm that girl.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is it? Unless it's a ruby, emerald, sapphire, or diamond, I really don't know what they are.
I like them
Amethyst?
all. Amethyst is purple. It wasn't that.
Okay, amethyst. I don't know. I don't know what mine is. See, I don't know
Okay,
myself.
go on with your.
Okay, here
calendar.
we go. Okay, let's see what they were doing in November. In November, there was a band picture taken. What's Armistice Day?
Armistice Day. That's the end of the.
Armistice Day?
That's the end of the war.
Armistice?
The end of World War One.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I guess. And it says short classes, homecoming football game at Lawrenceville. Boys sing in the assembly. The junior class play. No junior or no senior English that day. There's a teacher's institute. Huh.
How many of those were through the year?
Right now, there's just the one on the 21st and the 22nd. I bet there's not another one in the book, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas vacation. Let's see here.
How long did they get?
Okay, the December Christmas vacation from the 20th to the 30th.
Okay.
20th to the 30th was Christmas vacation. January, and then in January 1st, an assorted quantity of resolutions made. On January 2nd, Business and Professional Women's Club entertained the senior girls. And then January 6th through the 10th, preparation for semesters.
Wouldn't you like to just walk through the halls in like a regular day of school at Flora High School in 1930, just to compare?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because like the school was built in, what, 1918? I think the school was built like, I mean, the next time you're, of course, building, beautiful building B's gone, but like you can walk down building A, which is an original building. When you're, and you don't, I know the students don't use it that much, but yeah, if you just walk down those hallways, just go in one of those corridors and just think about what.
Who all was
Think
there
about
and
what
what?
generation, you know, the teens and then the 20s and the 30s. And just picture the poodle skirts and just the outfits that just, and then you could just go through every generation. Then think about the 60s walking through there and the 70s walking through there and the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after the 80s, all the fun stops because then everybody gets really weird.
Yeah, not too far off.
Let's see. Then there's semester examinations. Get that? Oh my gosh. What year are we in? Okay, you're not going to believe what I'm getting ready to say. So in January, get this. January 20th, depression among student body due to strenuous work of previous week. No history or algebra class. They got a day off on the 20th.
Okay, so this is a class of 30, so this is January of 30. So
January 20th, depression among student body due to
what day did the stock market crash in 29? Because they just left, 29 just ended.
Yeah. And this would be January 20th of 1930. Yeah, depression among student body due to strenuous work of previous week. Of the previous week. No history or algebra classes.
It crashed on October 29th of 29.
Interesting.
So
they had that. So on that day, they didn't have history or algebra because they were all stressed out. But get this, 1930, okay, buck up because on the 23rd, there's tryouts for the senior class play. That's interesting. Semester. Oh my gosh! Get this, Beth. You're gonna die. On the 24th, semester grades, letters sent to parents, seniors requested to visit office, chemistry too deep for Esther Medley, so she dropped it. They put that in the calendar.
They put that in the calendar. Poor thing. Like, I've had to drop a class. I didn't really want everyone to know I did it.
Senior class meeting, grave question discussed, annual fire drill.
Wow.
Then in February, they were entertained by Andrew Coulter, and then they were entertained by Valentine, UB Evangelist. I don't know who that. Then there's a Valentine party, and let's see. Oh, and then Linda May Stetzinger gives a musical reading. Let's see, what else? Who would have thought? In March, they were so now they're in the springtime, they're getting entertained by people. So on the March 11th, they were entertained by Mr. Murdoch, the magician. On the 25th, they were entertained by Mr. McMurray, a reader. And apparently, get this, on the 30th, Glenn Balvert spends the evening with Cora Williams at Louisville.
Ooh.
That's a little weird. How weird? Yeah, semester exams go on. Okay, at the end of the year, May, they go all the way to May 30th. Commencement was that year on the 29th. School dismissed for 3 months on the recommendations of the board. On the 30th, Mr. Cummins leaves for his farm in Pike County. Miss Telfo to the farm south of town. Mrs. Gibson to the Ozarks for 3 months. Miss Paramore, where the sunflowers grow. Mr. Dancy to a health clinic. Mr. Dale to Catalina Islands. Miss Graham on the Arctic expedition to keep cool. Miss Ritz to study lubricating oils at Lawrenceville. Mr. Booker, a daylight visitor to the chicken house. The rest will report later. So literally at the end of that, it tells you where everybody went.
Wow. Well, the only thing I can find about mid-January was that the stock market crash worsened. Drought, a lot of places were in a drought, and like the unemployment rate was rising. So maybe there was a factory or something locally that closed or something that
I don't know.
Stressed out everyone. I don't know. That's interesting.
I don't know. It's very, 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 very interesting.
Mm-hmm. This is a great yearbook.
It is. And then I've got one more segment to do. Ty, let's go ahead and take a commercial break.
Okay. We'll be right back.
And I'll finish.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Jimmy ordered lumber, doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, Jimmy ordered guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and I'm going over this 1930s Harstan. Then this is another little interesting segment. Believe it or not,
okay,
this is another. Harold Eaton has been seen hanging around the Medley home of late.
Scandalous.
Scandalous. Eugene Johnson is in deep mourning. Yeah.
over that. But so are they saying that he's the ex and the other two are now a couple?
I don't know. When you realize this book is like the Facebook of 1930.
Mm-hmm. It's a little scandalous or gossipy, I suppose.
Harold Fogler and Mary McCann make a stunning couple.
Ooh.
Miss Bourne believes that Milton Siegel is so slender he should be broader. He should broaden by reading more books. Miss Bourne believes that Milton Siegel is so slender he should broaden by reading more books.
She's trying to be funny.
Yeah, she's trying to be funny. I didn't get
That's a stretch. But they kind of spoke differently back then, so.
Helen Lauterbach is interested in Louisville.
That's random.
Marie Bogart one day asked Miss George if eggs could be manufactured.
If what could be?
Eggs.
So she's not a bright one. I guess.
Albert Venable belongs to the GAA.
Gay?
No, GAA was one of the girls' organizations.
Oh.
Remember when we went through that last week?
Girls Athletic Association.
Girls Athletic. So Albert Venable, who was the guy that we loved so much that was 20 years old that thought he was, what was it? Was that Maynard? Was his name?
Yes,
that
yeah.
was Maynard. Bill Heath had to have his basketball socks made to order.
Oh my.
And Miss Bourne plays with dolls.
Okay. She's throwing it all out there.
Boy, I'll tell you. That is, oh God. Listen to this one. Now there's a little section called Chronic Complainers.
Oh.
Ellington Golden. I only need 2 points to make the honor roll. Complainer. Maynard Beck growls about everything.
Oh, really?
Garnet Sefton. I simply can't get this. Ira Miller. I didn't have time. Geneva Lindsley. I think that was a slam. Harold Eaton. Well, you see, it was like this. Everybody's got their people don't change, do they?
Nope.
Eugene Steely. I don't see why I couldn't have made more than 98. I don't know that. William Heath. I ain't got no index cards.
Okay.
Joe Shipley. Won't you please move him? That would be something I would say.
Uh-huh.
Louis Sabin. Grrr.
Little growly.
Yep. Bernice Hediger. I haven't got my shorthand. Oh my gosh, did you ever take shorthand?
I didn't.
Shorthand was a thing when I was in high school.
Yeah, it was still offered, I think, when I was in high school, but probably not much longer after that.
Ah! This is funny. Okay, so I'm just going to read some of these. One of these just caught my, okay. So then there's just like this little thing. Name, hobby, aim, characteristics. Let's see what they said about Dorothy Slover. Her hobby is raising chickens. Her aim to be a vamp. And her characteristic is she's friendly.
Okay. A friendly chicken raiser who wants to be a vamp.
Virginia Moss. Her hobby is her long hair. Her aim, hunter of big game in Iowa.
There's probably not much there, but.
And her characteristic is flirty.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, my Lanta. Oh my gosh, I would kill somebody. Dorothy Heron. Her hobby is taking care of long hair. Her aim is to be Mrs. Long herself. And her characteristic, overweight.
Oh my gosh. That's kind of mean.
That's not very nice.
Bless her heart. She can't help it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Cecil Matthews, his hobby. Well, his hobby is a weakness for Greta Garbo.
Ooh, okay.
His aim is to be a movie actor. And his characteristic, it says make a guess. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. Sounds questionable.
That does sound questionable. Okay, then I'm going to skip some of those because I want to get through these senior sayings. Here's some of the senior sayings back in the day. Because, you know, I don't know what years, but everybody's got their seat like in the 80s, like the Valley Girl type stuff. So the Senior Saints back in 1930. Harold Fogler, gee whiz. Esther Purdy, oomph. D. Painter, I don't like that. R. Sefton, I hain't got any money. He uses the word hain't. Kay Kretzinger, I want to see you after school.
Ooh.
That could go either way. Miss High, M. Highs, oh, Susie, I've got something to tell you. J. Yates, now see here. C. Brian, oh, yeah. V. Ruby, well, all Swan. That's kind of an interesting saying.
I don't know what it even really means.
H. Berry says, oh, heavens. L. Hendricks, is that right? I like this one. M. McGannon says, horse neck.
Okay.
M. Porter, I didn't know that. Well, that's me. I say that all the time. D. Bunn, you big bum. F. Green, Senior saying, why pick on me? And B. Hediger, oh, heck, I can't read that. And then this is, I got to finish it with this. Wouldn't it be funny to see Alice Bell with long hair and a biscuit on the side, Wilbur Dye giving an eloquent oration, Marion Reed with a boyish bob, Maydell Lucas without Crawford Harris, Elmo Purdy riding in a Cadillac, Madeline Toombs carrying an animated conversation.
These are actually mean.
They're mean!
Because, like, Carrie, can you imagine seeing her carry an animated conversation? She must be really dull, and they're pointing it out, you know? And the poor boy, can you imagine seeing him in a Cadillac? I mean, he must drive an old beater. So
you're not even
like,
you're going to die. Wouldn't it be funny to see Gladys Seifelt weighing about 400 pounds?
Oh, my gosh.
Zoller Walters making 100 words a minute on a typewriter. Leslie Flick falling in love. Cleo Stanford in a low-backed evening gown. Earl Greenwood with a third eyebrow. Ina Yates about 6 feet tall. Carl Anderson being a baton. Ken McDaniel making a 100-yard dash. Eugene Johnson not talking about love. V. Eichmeyer as a tightrope walker. Elmo Long walked like a soldier. R. Cocklaser with her finger out of her mouth. Irma Anderson vamping Louis Sabin. And William Stanford as a toe dancer.
Oh, my.
I'm telling you, I have never
They're ruthless, these kids.
It is so funny. And then the last, we'll just do a few victims of Cupid. Let's see who was together. Victims of Cupid. Apparently, Mildred Anderson dated Howard Campbell. Winona Thomas, she dated a boy named Charles who lived in Louisville. Helen Lauterbach apparently was in love with the University of Illinois. Virgil Kirkpatrick was with Louise Williams. Susanna Carney was with Milton Siegel. Verl Bullard had question mark, question mark, question mark. Frida Green said, give me Harry. Lowell Walters was like, guess who? We don't know who that is. I'm not going to say that next one because that's not, okay. May Henson was with Everett Gwynn. Dorothy Matthews was with Shorty. Billy Keith was with a junior. And Mr. Cumming must have loved music. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a great yearbook.
It is a great word. Then there's just like some funny. Then they just went through and did some funny like jokes like Miss Paramore. Try this sentence. Take the cow out of the lot. What mood? Arthur Jude. The cow. I mean, there's just funny. Ira Miller. What kind of lipstick is that? Fern Henson. Kiss proof. Ira Miller. Well, rub it off. We got work to do. You know, let's see. There's another one. There was one in there that was. Miss Byrne, have you done your outside reading? Maynard Beck. No, ma'am. It's been too cold to read outside.
That's a good one.
And that
Maynard.
sounds like Maynard.
That sounds like Maynard.
Yeah. There was one in here that was absolutely hysterical. Oh, gosh. I'll have to find it. Oh, gosh. It was funny. Leslie Flick. All day yesterday I was thinking of you, Ruby, Vera Ruby. How nice. How nice. Where were you? At the zoo.
Oh, gosh.
I'll have to try to find that one. If I find it, I'll do it when we're recording our next section because it's pretty funny. Next segment.
Okay.
Francis Chafin, how can I make antifreeze? How can I make antifreeze? Ether Medley, hide her pajamas. That's a weird one.
Trying to figure that one out. Antifreeze. Anna. How can I make antifreeze?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Earl Greenwood, I've brought the last pair of trousers to be receipted. You know I've stood a lot. Taylor, yes, and perhaps you've brought the bill to be receipted too. You know I've stood a lot.
See, they just speak a different language.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know any of that
I'm not
stuff.
following any of that.
I didn't follow any of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a find.
Yeah, that's great.
This was an absolute find. I loved every minute of this book.
And at the Clay County Genealogical Society, they have copies of almost all the yearbooks from the past, North Clay, Flora. I mean, if you're interested in looking at something like this, you can find copies at the Genealogical Society.
So they do have copies of everything.
Yeah, I don't know that they have them all, but they have a big collection of them.
They have a lot of them. Yeah, that's got to be, because those sayings were, it was quite clever. It was between two girls, and yeah, it was quite clever. And I read it 2 or 3 times. I meant to mark it, but you just get to going with this book. I just kept jumping and jumping and jumping, and yeah, I don't know. I'll find it while we're in our next break or whatever.
Well, we're about out of time.
We are about out of time. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, here's your sign.
Here's your sign. Let's end on something funny.
That whole thing was funny.
Well, right, but
yeah, sometimes we have stories that aren't quite so funny, and then we have to do this. I had my dog all soaped up in the bathtub the other night. My daughter looked in and asked, "Are you washing the dog?" I said, "Nope. I thought I would lather him up and put him in the front yard as a snow dog."
Okay. That's funny.
Bill Abel, he's a good one.
Yeah, he's a good one. But as always, you can find us on Wabash Catch TV, channel 100, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. and again at 3. Our new episodes air on Thursdays and Fridays, and all of our episodes are on our YouTube channel. You just have to type in Beth and Stacey, and our channel will pop up. Click on that. You can find our episodes under the Live tab, and some are under the Video tab. So hope that helps, and until next time, we'll see you later.
God bless you and have a great day.